Usher's in the building right now.
Good morning, Usher.
Usher's in the building right now.
What's up, man?
What's good?
That was a love. That was a mild introduction.
That's because we got a conversation. See, we're trying to ease you into what's been burning up these phone lines.
Are you
brother.
talking about boss?
Yeah.
Okay. What's boss? I was like,
He making boss moves.
Okay, so we got a couple that's on the phone right now. They're in the midst of a heated discussion about these boss moves.
Right.
Okay.
After it all started. So I told Wanda, she's like, well, Usher's coming. I said, no, Usher needs to come on in and be a part and lay these hands of stone on this boss move conversation.
yeah. Well, let me apologize in advance for my chauvinistic or perception of chauvinistic opinion.
Here we go.
Because it's a man versus woman opinion, what I think I hear on the phone. I'm like, okay, that to me sounds like modern day reality of where we are. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And the product of, men not being able to necessarily
step up
and be the men that they need to be for women. Women have now decided, hey, I'm going to be independent and handle my own stuff. Mm-hmm. And if I got to pull in $300,000, how much y'all say?
She said $300,000 a month.
Yeah, man, you was going nuts. That's crazy. Man, I mean, that's good money, right?
Yes. That's crazy money.
You can't say nothing if you standing there dealing with that. So, hey, for the man that has put himself in that position, because every woman needs a strong man behind her. And there ain't nothing wrong with a woman being independent and having her own business. Hey, my mom, she had her own business and didn't have a man to support her. How about that?
And look at her now.
Yeah, man. So I think that it's a reality of where we are in time. We can go way back to the psychological damage that has been done to us as black people that prevents us from being able to stand up and maybe even have that opportunity.
Let's go.
It's like people come from all around the country and come here for opportunity, but the percentage of men who are able to have a job and be supported or be supported in this from Atlanta,
right?
That percentage is staggering. It's ridiculous.
Say that.
But so many people have been able to reap the benefits of the culture and the growth of this city.
That's right.
But not making the investment back in the men and women who are citizens of Atlanta.
Why are men so sensitive when she just voiced an opinion?
To each his own. I can't speak for every man.
Let's get this call though. Let's get this couple on.
She can't speak for that. I can't.
She said she just want to. What do you want to have happen?
Can I get my gas pump? That's what I would like.
See what I'm saying?
I want to get my gas pump. I don't want to take out no trash. You do that.
I do that. We doing that.
But I be like, just pump my gas, take the trash out.
Okay, and that's the thing. I do all that, but you know what?
She said you're not, though. In your face, she's telling you you're not.
But no, listen. Do I?
You do, but don't let me have to ask.
Okay,
yes.
That's the thing. She said I do, but she don't have to ask. But it's the thing. I do everything to ask for. But you know what my problem is at? I don't get the appreciation. Because she feels like if I say I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do, she'll say, you're like you just want me to just drop to my knees and be like, oh, thank God for you. Like, thank God brought for you. I'm like, if I'm doing everything I got to do, what's wrong with giving me a pat on the back?
I agree.
Giving me my appreciation.
Yes, and
but
she should.
Like if she give me that appreciation, it's like probably knocking her down. Like, yeah, she do what she do. But, like, come on, man. Everybody know me know. I'm like Superman around here. I do everything. The only thing I fall short is I don't bring as much financial to the table as I can. And that's understandable. She got a good job. She's doing very well for herself. But I try and do everything I possibly can. You know what I'm saying? I can do a little better, but I'm still trying. But all the other little stuff, it's me and I here that's representing.
Appreciate it, bro. Thanks for the call, man.
Here's his appreciation. Thank you, Corey Babe, for all you do.
Very good. Now that's a boss move.
Now pull over.
Hold on.
Pull over and let him beat it up on 20.
And then pull your, do what you. Okay, bye.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah. 9/11 right now. Watch B103.com. Usher's in the building. What you think, man?
Hey, man, I'm saying that man pumped that gas. He deserves,
a pat on the back.
Yeah. And she should say that.
Yeah, of course.
She should say thank you because men do want that. You know how women think
we not
sometimes men are so, we look at y'all as being so strong and everything. So do you really want, I would say, babe, you know what? That was really nice for you to do that. Thank you so much. Give him a kiss. Men want that. Some women think that they don't.
Absolutely. But we ain't living in a chauvinistic time. Right.
And chivalry.
Yeah. Chivalry ain't dead. But at the same time, for the guy who is super duper nice, that dude gets taken advantage of.
Yeah.
He gets looked at like he's a sucker. Now, what's up with that?
All right, so what's the name of the new movie?
We coming back. We're going to talk Hands of Stone. WatchBeatRealty.com. The discussion continues
Hands of
with
Stone.
Usher Raymond in the building right now. Jim Basile. Did you see Wanda? She was just going down 285, then all of a sudden she just swerved over the Greenbrier.
I got on Spaghetti Junction.
What is going on? Usher in the building. And we're talking Hands of Stone.
Yeah.
Finally, man.
Yep, the 26 is coming out, man. It has been about 2 years of preparation for it. Y'all saw me walking around here looking like a crackhead. I was super duper skinny, but he was, man, Sugar Ray was a welterweight. You know what I mean? I had to lose all that weight, grow my hair out.
Wow.
Yeah, so, finally got it done. I've seen it twice. It premiered in Cannes.
Yeah.
Just premiered the other day. And now, tonight, it's gonna premiere here. I'm doing a private screening here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So playing like a nemesis like that, because we got Ali Frazier, we got Duran Leonard. Like, how did you get into that? Because they were not like cool.
Yeah. Well, the greatest benefit is that I'm telling a story that has already been told. Right. And I'm acting or either playing something that I was, a fan of. Right. I wasn't there. I was too young for the first fight, in the second. But, that era of boxers and what they represented for black people, for artists, for young men. Sugar Ray Leonard, how could he even be a nemesis? But this will be the first time that he'll be seen in a different light. You know what I mean? For me, I wanted to, just kind of try something different. We know the flashy side of who Sugar Ray is. But, there's two ways to look at Duran and then also to look at Sugar Ray. There's the macho, guy who Duran was. It was all about intimidation. Right. And, intimidating him before the first fight. And then Sugar Ray Leonard, who was always poised. He was an Olympic medalist. So he had a kind of a fair way of dealing with things. And he got intimidated that first fight. He got beat. And the second one, he came back. He was the man, dude. He was like, that's what masculine is. Right. You know what I mean? Versus macho. He came in there with a strategy and he beat him. And that no mas fight shut down Duran's career for a minute. Yeah. But I mean, it also too gave this story layers. This story ain't just a boxing film. Okay. It's the politics that were going on in the time between Panama and America. It's the the story of a person who comes in contact with this poor man's sport, which is boxing, and then builds an entire career. Yeah. And then has it all. And then what happens when he gets it all? Does he implode? But there's so many layers and so many things that are great about it. The fact that it's a first-time director from Venezuela. We shot it in Panama. It's been forever since I did a movie, and when
yes,
they reached
out
when they reached out to me about doing it, I was like, I ain't gonna sign off until I speak to Sugar Ray. Okay. So I reached out to him and asked him, how he felt about it. He said, "Yeah, my wife loves you, dude. My wife's one of your biggest fans, and it'd be an honor for you to play me." So I said, "Okay, well, let's get to it." I read his book. I trained with him in Atlanta. Xavier Biggs, who's my trainer here out in Decatur, he came here and worked with us. And, I just started tearing it apart, man. All
right, we're talking to Usher Raymond about Hands of Stone. Late, great Vernon Forrest, we just always hang out. He said, Ryan, you play golf, you play football, you play tennis, you don't play boxing. Because if you play boxing, you're going to get knocked
out. That's right.
So in the training, how real did it get? Did you say, you know what?
By the way,
hit me for real.
Yo, no. But by the way, Biggs, from Biggs Gym over in Decatur, I boxed with amateurs. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I stood toe to toe with cats who were coming up. And, though I had pads, they was really throwing heat at me.
They trying to knock Usher out?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I had headgear and all that. But, right. But, you can't act that role out. You know what I'm saying? As much as it's about choreography, and don't get me wrong, it made it easy because I move, I dance. But for real, you cannot act boxing. Wow. You have to get in there and, man, you'll be in the best shape of your life. Right. And mentally be in the best shape of your life as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what was it? Was it last year when we went to Usher New Look Foundation and Sugar Ray was there? Yeah. What was some of the conversations you guys were having about this particular movie?
I mean, I asked, well, first of all, the movie is about Roberto Duran's entire life. And Sugar Ray Leonard comes in at a pivotal moment for Duran. But I did want to understand really what happened to Sugar Ray that first fight. Like, did he really intimidate you? She's like, yo, man, I was scared of him. I'd actually lost the fight before I got there. He intimidated my wife. He was, throwing out racial slurs and, being super duper aggressive. He insulted my wife. He called me all kind of. It was just something that I wasn't ready for. And but it also too, it gave me a different layer. It pushed me to be a better boxer. And I took advantage of the fact that I knew that between that first and second fight, Duran was he's going to lay off a little bit. So I got him back in there and I beat him. I don't believe you if you won't beat me twice. He said, you beat me one time, that's all right. Make me believe it. Beat me again.
That's what McGregor's saying this weekend. To get back in that UFC ring.
Yeah, man, Conor. I don't know, man.
That's the rematch though.
Yeah.
Like you're saying though, if he beat
and
me
I'm
twice.
a McGregor fan, but Conor, dude, he's serious, man. He a vegan. It's crazy, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Now,
People Station V103, Usher, and No Limit.
Yeah.
name it, baby.
Okay, I saw you in the studio with Pete,
Yeah.
and you put it up. Like, what's going on happen with that?
Yeah, so y'all heard the original, now the remix
Right.
is coming. The
Okay.
G-Mix is coming real soon. So I got Master P on it, I got A$AP Ferg on it, I got 2 Chainz on it, I got Gucci Mane on it, and also 2 Travis Scott. So it's gonna be lit.
That's a remix right there.
That's a G-Mix.
That's for real, man. And we talking about Hands of Stone, of course, going into theaters. You talked about getting it made and how it's an independent film. But when did you know that you were on to something that was going to be like, people, the buzz was already there. But when did you say, okay, now it's when people start trying to put money in, or what was it?
I mean, it's a historical conversation. I mean, it was actually 30 and 30 ESPN had did this thing, 30 for 30.
Right, 30 for 30.
And that conversation, like, just got everybody excited. What they were talking about online, the conversation about it. For the people who were part of it, they remember everything about it.
Right.
But now, here you have that opportunity, and everyone's like, oh my God. And you're playing this role, so I was like, okay, wow, okay, people really, really do love the story. But when I read it, I realized it was way more than just what I knew. It's not just about the No Mas fight or the first fight. Like, Roberto Duran has mentored by way of what he did with being as aggressive as he is.
Yeah.
People like Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? Like, those people who were aggressive and understood that it's psychological warfare before you get in that ring. Boxers know what I'm talking about. But man, it's amazing to be a part of a project that just evolves. Now, I knew it was real when I started sacrificing album launches. And and the thing that I love the most, which is music.
Right.
But I had to make a lot of sacrifices to be available to shoot it and go through the transitions that you go through, and getting the money to make sure it could be right.
But don't you think that's kind of like a parallel to the music business, though?
I mean, it's becoming, definitely.
Because I'm saying, like, you got
time commitment.
Somebody,
yeah.
What I'm saying, as far as like, there's a guy that comes out and you may be laying back, and all of a sudden, man, this dude is whatever. It's almost like a fight. Like, he's ranked number 1, and people are like, man, you got to get this, you got to get that, you got to get this person. You see a lot of people, they kind of go away from their original craft, and they start trying to sound like whatever's hot right now.
Yeah. Well, you talking about as an actor?
No, I mean as an artist.
As an artist.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you gotta also to realize that the youth has always been at the front of the new idea, the new sound, and as it changes, as it evolves, if you get stuck in one space, then you don't play the game and you don't stay in there. And ain't nothing worse than going to the club, having a good time, and you don't hear your own music.
Nothing worse.
Ain't nothing worse than that. Like, wait a minute, they ain't played not one of my records. When was the last time you had a hit, dog? It was 1986.
Ollie
you know
Frazier.
what I'm saying?
Gotta go get a DJ some money.
So, or the other direction is you just got to make something that your fans are gonna love. And I've been working on my project for a minute. Flawed, I'm coming with. In addition to launching the movie on the 26th, I've just completed my track listing for the album, meaning I got all the songs that I need.
Right.
And now I'm putting together, the campaign to launch it. Well, actually, it's been being put together.
How many songs did you write for this album?
How many songs? I did a lot of collaboration on this album.
Okay.
And writing with Tehran, I wrote with Dream. Man, I did a lot of collaboration.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some stuff you thrown out?
I did some stuff with him. What'd you say?
Did you throw some stuff out?
Oh man, I work on like 300 songs to get to 12. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a trial and elimination, but the wait is over. The movie's coming. My team, You know, they won a ring this year. Kind of happy. It's looking pretty positive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know why you had to put that in the video. I love the video. I was like, man, this video is unbelievable. And it's like, what's he have that hat on for? Just got to rub it in, huh?
Any ring.
Any ring. 9:32. We got more with Usher coming up, all right? 741-WVE if you want to holler at him, all right?
Call me.
Sharon Phillips is on the line. Let's let Sharon say hello right quick. Sharon is going to be at the movie screen. Sharon, you want to say hey to Usher right quick?
Yes, I do. Oh, my God, I'm so nervous. Hi, Usher.
Hey, Sharon, how you doing, baby? Where you calling from?
I'm so good. Oh, my God, how are you?
Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Loganville.
Oh, well, nice to talk to you, baby.
I'm
gonna see you tonight.
I can't believe this. Oh, my God, I'm talking to Usher. Oh. Hey, I'm talking to Usher on the phone.
She's not going to get people.
She's telling other
That's
people.
my mother.
She's spending more time telling everybody she's talking to me than actually talking to me.
Girl,
talk to me, baby.
Yeah, talk
What's
to
up?
him, girl.
Oh, my God. He said talk to him. He said talk to him.
Sharon.
Ooh,
That's her mama.
Oh, my
That's her
God, I'm
mama.
nervous too much. I'm nervous.
Sharon, hang on. Hang on.
Yeah. All right then, Sharon.
And Sharon, go get a ladder and climb up and change that smoke alarm. I hear it on every call.
Yes, you do.
It's the one noise I can always.
I know.
Usher Raymond in the studio right now. You know, we talk about, you know, just the evolution, and you and I have had some discussions about the charge for us as a people. And, you know, so many entertainers, you know, you come from the Ali era, and so many athletes and entertainers who said, you know, it was we, not me. Mm-hmm. And then they kind of separated, but we need to get back to that. And I think you're doing that by saying, you know, it's okay for me to make a statement, and because so many people are afraid because they're worried about backlash and brands and all that kind of stuff. Like, what makes you say, you know what? Nah, this is really big for me.
Well, I mean, you using your platform and you using what you have. You know, clothing is an expression.
Right.
It's like, you know, words are an expression. And though I'm able to influence a lot of people, you know, politically, you know, that is aside from what I do musically. But if I can ignite, if I can talk about issues, if I can, you know, educate my people.
Right.
You know, the first time, you know, I decided to use clothes in that way was at the Essence Festival with Juneteenth, understanding that our independence started there. And, you know, for a lot of, they just didn't know the information. It ain't like you go to a school and that information is readily available for you in books.
Right.
So it is up to us to share, you know, the reality of where we are, talk about it. Yeah, we enjoy music. We use music to retreat from the reality of how hard life is, but we got a responsibility.
Right.
And that responsibility is in we. That responsibility is in us. That responsibility is in our issues and helping and supporting one another. So I've always, you know, made that, you know, just a priority. And that ain't philanthropic. That's not new look.
Right.
That's just Usher. That's just who I am. That's who my mom raised me to be. That's who my grandmother and my family raised me to be.
Would you take your kids to the polls to let them see that process?
They came the last time they were there.
Okay.
Yeah, they understand the importance. I definitely gave them the I Can't But You Can t-shirts, which was a campaign that I came up with for teenagers who were not eligible.
Right.
But I taught them, or we created the conversation about, okay, you may not necessarily know how to vote, so this is how you do it. And this is a teen engaging adults.
Right.
So that, you know, that responsibility is great. So now those same kids have the opportunity to vote. And now the little kids, they on that campaign. Usher and the V gonna have their t-shirts on.
Right.
You know, they're gonna be a part of the Black Votes Matter movement as well.
Yeah.
Let me get my t-shirts before I leave.
Your first time in a voting booth, what was that energy like? What did you feel after, you know, when you actually walked into that booth and you saw all of that stuff on there? What was Usher thinking?
What was Usher thinking? Well, first of all, I made them understand that this came with a price. That many people died for this opportunity. So I take it serious.
Right.
And what went through my mind is, man, how many people had to sacrifice in order to have this? The idea of integration in this time, and the fact that we came to this country as slaves, and now we've progressed to the point where we had to fight for the right that we have now to vote, and you gotta use it. Don't take it for granted. Don't take it for granted. No matter how you may feel or how you may, what somebody else might say, oh, that vote don't matter, or that, you know, it don't matter, it's rigged, whatever. No, don't use that as an excuse to not, you know, influence, you know, what happens.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about it when we launched the campaign, is like, it hasn't been that long ago when you talked about, African Americans trying to vote and they had the grandfather clause with. If your grandfather didn't vote, then you can't vote. Or you got to pay a poll tax.
Right.
Or, can you read? Well, if you can't read, you can't vote. Like all those things that were put in place to discourage us from voting. We had a lady call up here the other day and she said she went to register and they told her that if she was on government assistance, she couldn't vote. Like even in 2016, people are being told this bamboozle stuff to try to keep them away from the polls.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the reality of who we are and where we are. But we can change that.
There you go. All right. Tell them when the movie's going to be in theaters again, man.
Movie be in theaters on the 26th. You guys, hey, listen. I'm asking you to support it. This is Roberto Duran's story. I play Sugar Ray Leonard, so you do have to read a little bit. You got to read the screen a little bit. So before all of my
subtitles in that thing, man.
There's a lot of subtitles, but man, it's an amazing film. Robert De Niro hasn't done a boxing film since Grudge Match, and before that, Raging Bull. So it's gonna be a great one. The entire thing is not subtitles, but it definitely does require you to read a little bit.
Okay.
So for all my Latin fans out there, y'all get your champion. Roberto Duran deserves that respect.
There you go.
And Sugar Ray Leonard, I was very happy to play his role. I put myself through a lot to get it. So y'all go out and show your support for your boy Usher.
The numbers will be high in Atlanta
I need
when
it.
Ryan and I get done.
I need it.
Yeah,
We'll sell it. We sell out movies.
Ask Will Packer.
Ask Will Packer. Ask Tyler Perry.
How we do?
We sell them out.
9:45 right now. All right. We got to.